I did a great job cleaning my grill yesterday, but I'm starting to wonder, maybe it's time for a new one. We need to find an expert and ask, what are the things to look for when you're shopping for a new grill? I'm Chef Todd Moore. My mission is empowering people to cook without recipes. They experience the freedom to cook what they want, how they want it, the confidence to take control and try new things, the health benefits of fresh, wholesome foods, and the family strengthening bonds of dinner time together, as well as the money they save by eating well. Live without rules, cook without recipes. It's a no-recipe lifestyle. Hey, we're at Holland Grill in Holly Springs, North Carolina, and I'm here with Don Jones, an expert Holland Grill, 28-year company, and I've known them not for that long, but for quite a while. We're here to ask the expert, once again, just simply, what's the best grill? What do you look for when you're buying a grill? Don, what do you look for when you're buying a grill?
Well, there's a lot of beautiful grills on the market. The big box stores, most anywhere you go, you see a lot of different styles and different grills. There's a lot of grills that say stainless steel. Be very careful. It is stainless steel, but it's a bad grade of stainless steel to where it can get rust stains over a period of time. So it's very important to look at that.
So you're saying don't get stainless steel just because it's pretty or shiny. There are different levels of stainless steel.
There's different levels of stainless steel.
And stainless steel may resist rusting, but it's not going to help you on the burner.
Well, any grill on the market is basically like that. At your big box stores, your stainless steel grills, your black grills, they're just hot grills. And you're the rotisserie.
You're the one
600, anywhere from 550 to 600, 700 degrees. You just sit there and keep the meat turned until it gets done.
Versus
a grill that cooks at a little slower temperature, which keeps it from flaring up. The grease stays away from the fire, and when you shut the lid, you don't have to do anything really to it except let it sit there and cook. And on small items like hamburger or pork chops, fish, things, you may turn it one time. But a roast, large items, you put it on the grill, leave it alone, and it cooks all the way through, golden brown during the time limit of cooking. Some people advertise 2 burners when you only need 1. That's a selling feature. That's all that is. So
is there a difference between a burner that's like in an I or an H, or how many holes? Or?
No, there's no difference in it. It's just the stainless steel burners burn out quicker.
Why is that?
We use cast iron because it's stainless. The heat, it breaks down over a period of time based on how much you use it. 3, 4, 5 years, you're replacing it. That kind of thing.
See, but I bet that's a marketing thing because someone's going to tell you stainless is better because it doesn't rust.
That's right, but
it's not a rust issue.
It breaks down with high heat.
Yeah.
And you've got to get in there and try to take the bolts off, and you can't get them off, and you're slinging wrenches and cussing your wife out, and you're fed up, and you're about ready to throw it in the dump, and then finally you get it out and you put it in, and you're okay for 3 or 4 more years.
So a better material is what?
We use cast iron.
Cast iron.
Life of the burner is 25 years. But you have to clean it occasionally, but you don't have to replace it. You have to clean it, so it's a lot of difference.
How, if you're going to buy a grill, how it cooks your food should be a lot more important than how it looks. How shiny isn't going to help your steak.
No, it's not. It's not going to help how shiny it is.
Right.
But there's nothing wrong with looks. Looks is important to some degree, but once you get past looks, you want performance. How is the grill going to measure up for the way I like to cook?
Think instead of what you're going to be using it for. Are you cooking 2 chicken breasts for you and your wife, or are you feeding the entire neighborhood and family?
That's exactly right.
And with the Holland Grill, what enables it to do that? It's the design, the shape?
It's the design, indirect cooking. It cooks like a convection oven, but what's the difference in a convection oven? Well, anything you can cook in a convection oven, you can cook on the Holland Grill. But what the difference is, when the grease hits the drip pan, which catches all the grease, flows through and out a bucket at the bottom, as soon as it hits it, it sears, and that flavor comes back up and gives you that barbecue taste that you don't get when you're cooking on an indirect oven.
What I notice that's different about this grill is I can't see the burners.
You can't see the burner.
I'm just looking at a metal pan here.
The burner is under the drip pan, which catches all the grease and also keeps the grease away from the fire. And that's the reason, some of the reason you have no fire up. The temperature is down so that the grease will not ignite in the drip pan. And so that way you don't have a fire.
So it cooks at a lower temperature with indirect heat.
Right.
And that's how you avoid getting those flare-ups where you
That's
get a
right.
big fire and then one piece of chicken up here is burnt and one piece of chicken over here is raw. See, in my web cooking classes, we talk about the essence of cooking is how you transfer heat. Essence of cooking is not about the list of ingredients in the recipes, but there's a difference between conductive and convective heat. So really what this grill does is take more advantage of that convective heat, that hot air moving throughout,
That's correct.
rather than that direct blazing rocket ship heat from underneath.
That's correct. If you put a 12-pound turkey or larger in the center of this grill and it starts cooking, it's cooking the same temperature on the bottom, the sides, and the top. 2.5 hours to 3 hours later, it's golden brown all over.
So this is more like an outdoor mechanical convection oven.
That's exactly right.
That's what I would call it.
Yeah.
Without the right equipment that's gonna maintain it or maintain itself, it doesn't matter what kind of steak you have. You could have the greatest cut of steak in the world, but if you're putting it on a grill that's deteriorated or you're not cooking it in the right fashion, you're ruining expensive ingredients.
Yes, you are.
Hey, you ready to get started?
Yeah, I hope you've already started.
Oh, damn, I never pushed record. That's perfect. Don, thank you so much for your
Thank
time.
you.
I really appreciate it. Tomorrow, we talk to a grass-fed beef farmer from Missouri. He has more information than I can possibly give you, but we'll be talking to him tomorrow and continue with our grilling episodes this week on No Recipe Lifestyle. Thanks, Don.
Nervous.
Nah, not at all.